finding other ways to resolve their problems.
So what are some of these drivers?
Well, often it has to do with feeling that my parent is not giving me what I want. It could be money. It could be something one is seeking to get for other purposes, maybe for drugs, other substances, alcoholism, and so on. And there is, though, a very strong bond between the parent and the child, almost an over dependency, if you like, between the parent and the child, such that the child feels they need to get over this obstacle that they're very close to in their life and seek whatever else that they are looking to get from it.
Well, we're getting visuals now of the Lotte case, the Lotte murder, of course, family murder that happened back in 2008. A few years ago, the conviction came in 2012. It also brings to mind the case of Saths Singh and the murder of his mother, for which he was acquitted. But these were well-groomed children that grew up in affluent areas, attended expensive private schools. What are some of the offender characteristics one should look out for, and how difficult does it become to pick up on these?
The child is often a child that acts out in different ways, can be a loner sometimes, can be quite gregarious, but also you can get a child who's very isolated, and that child may have other socialization problems, not getting on, success may be eluding the person, and for some reason the parent becomes the repository for the blame. So if it weren't for the parent, this person would achieve what they're achieving. And some of those cases that you've mentioned, I've been close to. I've evaluated at least one of those accused. And there's a weird intermixture of affect, of love, hate with the parent, but there's a massive overconnectedness with the parent, usually. And if we look for socialization that's gone wrong, the person isolating themselves, and too much of dependency in the home. If we take all these symptoms on their own, we'll find that most of us can become those that I'm describing. But it really is a real warped sense of self. The identity is misplaced. The parent is the end all of their being, and if the parent says no for some reason, wants to put boundaries, then the parent is an obstacle that has to be removed. A rage often can come in to play there, where they feel that this parent now is my obstacle, and the rage takes over. All reason gets lost.
When it comes to a rage of this kind, can it be triggered by the use of substance abuse? Can this actually trigger aggressive behavior or violent behavior?
Most certainly. Substances of any kind, if overused and one becomes dependent on them, can have weird effects on the mind, and the person may be in an unreal, unnatural state at that moment and feel justified. Later, probably shocked by what has happened, but in that moment overcome by extraneous forces like drugs.
Very quickly, Doctor, we are running out of time. Can this kind of crime actually be prevented if it is detected and treated earlier on enough?
I think that all of us who are parents need to keep close tabs on our kids, mood swings, and the most important thing we can do is show love to the child such that difficulties are overcome together. The child must feel he or she can come to you with their problems, and you will give them an open and fair hearing.
Thank you, Doctor, for your time on the SABC News Desk. Always a pleasure to chat to you. That was Dr. Saths Cooper. He's the president of the International Union of Psychological Sciences, joining us on the desk this afternoon. Moving on to some other